Hello out there. We've got two people out there. Who have we got out there? So hello. This is Peter. You might have met him in some of our other videos. Is that a nice, great buddy? Oh, g'day Josh. How are you, mate? I'm well. Cold. I've been got a day off, so been doing a couple of videos outside, and it's just too cold and windy. You can't hear anything I'm saying on my low quality camera. So I thought I'd do a bit of a live stream while Isabella's still asleep. And the easiest of all the cute and fluffies who are awake in this kind of weather to handle is Peter here. He's happy to sit on my hand all day. So this is the same one that was still on formula when you helped us out at Ballarat show. So he is quite a bit bigger, I imagine, than he was back then. He's a grown boy. Who else is out there? We've got Josh and a couple other people. You know, he's certainly grown, and he's stayed nice and friendly too. So another few months as he sort of hits possum adolescence, we'll see how he turns out. But being raised by himself and being used so regularly for shows, I'd say he's going to stay pretty chilled out. Got a couple of rose petals for you. Who else have we got out there in YouTube land today? I thought I'll try a bit of a live stream. I don't know what time it is around the rest of the world and who's there, but we'll give it, I don't know, 5-10 minutes on here, and if we don't get enough people, we'll hop on over to our Facebook page. We haven't done a live stream on Facebook for a long time, so we'll have a go over there. And then this afternoon, I want to run down the shops because somebody sent me a photo. The local supermarket have wombat models, which I think would make a perfect money box. G'day from Toowoomba. G'day, how are you, Aussie mum? It's wet down here, but it's wet and cold and miserable. Rather than when I was up in North Queensland, it's so warm when it's wet, you sort of don't mind. Down here it's wet and all you want to do is stay inside and sit in front of the fire. Hence the fact that there's only so many reptiles I can take out and film. Yeah, I love the rain. I love the rain when I'm not trying to do jobs outside. You know, I've got to do some filming with one of our taipans because a friend of mine's going to help us out. He's going to do a video on his experiences having been bitten by the most venomous snake on earth. So I've been waiting for the chance to do some filming with my taipan, just to do the introduction and ask some questions. And I've got a few other sort of reptile-related videos. But yeah, the weather, I just feel horrible carting the reptiles out in this kind of weather. So yeah, I thought we'll take the chance. So weird to start seeing me without the hat on. I know it's not too often, but you can't wear the hat inside. So I do have hair. A lot of people ask, you know, does he wear a hat all the time because he's bald? But no, no, I wear the hat because I work outdoors all day. So, you know, call it sun smart. What do you reckon? Speaking of, you know, cute and fluffy animals, how's the Christmas present I got from my I suppose, sister-in-law, the wombat painting back there? Do I loan those from a carer or do I own a lot of animals? Ooh, let me bring that back up. Johnny, yeah, so it's a bit of a mix. I can't borrow anything from carers. It's really strict laws, particularly here in Victoria. We're not actually allowed to film any animals that are in care to be released in Victoria. So there's a couple of videos of ours. I did one on the difference with kangaroos and wallabies. That was filmed at a wildlife carer who's based across the border in South Australia. But most of the animals in my videos actually live here with us. They're part of the team of animals that we take out to schools and birthdays and kindergartens, which is how we obviously make a living doing this, taking our animals out to events. So Josh, who's out they're listening, he has been to a couple of our events and helped out, so he's seen a bit about what we do. How strict are the laws? The rules are pretty strict. So basically, one of the conditions for somebody who's keeping animals in captivity, well, raising animals in captivity to be released, so like a wildlife carer, is they cannot make commercial gain. And even though you don't make much money from YouTube, it's a few cents here and there, it's enough to be considered commercial gain, which means they couldn't let me come and film their animals that are in care. So as far as the legalities go, it's a lot easier for me to use captive wildlife. The other thing, a lot of people ask why I don't do herping videos and stuff like that, and I'd love to, but again, you run into a few issues with interacting with wild animals and filming them, and you need different permits. And as I'd like to do a bit more of that sort of stuff, but the other thing is, if I can pass on the same message with an animal that doesn't get stressed at all, I'm happy to do that. There's no need for me to pull a possum out of a tree and restrain this thing while I show you about possums, whereas Peter is happy to sit here in exchange for a rose petal. So I can get the same message across without causing any stress. So yeah, I generally use captive-born animals that are the same animals I use for shows. The upside down Australia... What is the upside down Australia theory? G'day, Rami, how are you, mate? I'm unaware of the upside down Australia theory. You'll have to let me know. How's it up there? Peter? There's a bit of grape. People think Australians are all upside down since they're down under. Well, I suppose technically they're right. If you look at the shape of the world, we're heading like that way. I don't know if it's flat Earth. I think it'd be the opposite. Flat Earth would mean we're all facing straight up and down, wouldn't it? Whereas on a round Earth, if we're like here, we're actually sticking out that way. So I'm not aware of this theory, but I'd say debatably you'd be correct that Australians are upside down. All I can hear is munch, 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 munch. Theory demolished. I'm not a philosopher and I don't know, geographer or anything, so yeah, I can't say I'm an expert on it, but there's my 20-second insights. But you can see how relaxed Peter here is, that there's really no reason for me to need to interact with, or need to, restrain and handle wild ones. I'd love to, there's a few places where you can get up close to wild possums and other animals that are in areas where they're sort of used to human interaction, where people have been feeding them and things like that. And I've been meaning to try and get out and film some of these sorts of things. But, to be able to have an animal that'll sit still for 10 minutes, like Peter here, is a bit different. So he's much easier to use in that respect. I can hear you chewing on those. Oi. I've got a pocket full of rose petals. Roses are just about finished for the year down here, but Peter's favourite food on earth is roses. Here you go, we've got a bit of grape. You're going to have to take it. I need my hands back. Whoop, there we go. Well, what we might do, there's only a couple of people here. I don't know if I've got everybody at a bad time or something, but considering, we've been here for 10 minutes and I've got 3 people out there, I might put this on pause. We'll hop across to our Facebook page, and if you'd like to stay involved, check us out on Facebook really quickly. It's just Wicked Wildlife. And I'll do a bit of a live stream there where we might get some more people in and have a bit more conversation going, because you don't want to hear me just talking rubbish for the whole time. So yeah, hold that thought, jump across to Facebook, give us 2 or 3 minutes to sort it out over there, and yeah, we'll do a Facebook Live. So